legal issues with the company. Starbucks is responding, saying, quote, "It is disappointed the union is considering a strike rather than focusing on what has been an extremely productive negotiation time." The company also
magical moments, snowy adventures, warming up, making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
also reiterated that they are very committed to reaching a deal. We will keep you updated.
6:09 right now. It is a pinpoint alert day, and we are checking in with meteorologist Brian Monahan in for Nick this morning. Boy, that wind is causing all sorts of problems. Brian, we just saw Puget Sound energy outages jump up to over 60,000 customers.
Yeah, and this is all part of the cold front coming through. We anticipated this for you back at 4:30. We still had another couple of hours to go in the strong wind, and that is why those power outages are starting to magnify. They're starting to increase right now across western Washington. Still another hour or so to go in these strong winds until 7 o'clock this morning. All of the areas highlighted in orange, basically from Everett to Seattle down through Olympia, down into Lewis County, wind advisory. And I'm going to increase the wind forecast up to about 60 miles per hour for those gusts between now and about 7 o'clock. Let's look at Pinpoint Future Track. Let's use this to look at when these winds are going to start to die down across western Washington. And it's still gusty and breezy at 10 o'clock. The strongest winds have passed, though, by 10 o'clock this morning. Still some gusts up to about 30, maybe 35 miles per hour at 10 o'clock. As we approach lunchtime and just beyond, the wind is really starting to ease off. And by late this afternoon, it's just plain old breezy. Should be no big issues by late this afternoon. Inland, just in the last few minutes, we also have in the interior of the Puget Sound lowlands, we also have a flood advisory that was just issued. I'm going to update that for you in the next 10 minutes, but parts of Snohomish County and also King County, rivers, creeks, and streams, poor drainage areas, likely going to see some flooding here over the next couple of hours. Rain coming to an end, Bellingham, Mount Vernon, and along the coast, things are turning much drier. That is our future a little later today. Pinpoint Future Track showing the cold front passing by 9 o'clock, even some breaks of sunshine across western Washington. We will gradually see flurries and snow showers and mixed showers across the mountains come to an end and finishing the day with a partly cloudy sky. Here's your Pinpoint 7-day forecast. The weekend always in view, some sunshine today. Pinpoint alert day, we're in that for at least the next couple of hours, and then things improve. Showers Thursday, Friday, some heavier rain for the weekend. We'll preview that ahead in the next 10 minutes. Right now, though, let's preview that morning drive, a wet one, a slow one, a messy one. Liz Birch, good morning.
Yeah, you said it. Messy is right. Let's take a look at the real-time traffic map right now and look at all of those hazards on the map. Those range from crashes to down power lines and also even trees on I-5. Now, one of the main spots that's been causing a headache for drivers this morning is going into downtown Seattle. That's where there was a crash. I did just check, and WashDOT says that crash was just cleared. But if we look at the map, you can see there's still quite a backup, looking at like more than 5 miles right now. So you can expect it to be slow moving, even though that did just clear. Let's take a look at your real-time traffic times right now. We've got some updates. Everett to Seattle, just under an hour. Same with Everett to Bellevue. And then Renton to Bellevue, you're looking at just over a half hour. So moving up across the board, guys.
All right, thanks, Liz. Tough morning out there. The suspect accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson has been charged with murder. How long he could spend in prison, if...
Magical moments, snowy adventures, warming up, making memories, a winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
Jingle into big cash this December at Tulalip Resort Casino. Sled in Mondays and Fridays for the holiday sweepstakes. Scoop up guaranteed cash every half hour with a chance to win up to $500,000. Earn entries for all your play this December. Spin by Wednesdays for the Lucky Reels bonus tournament and grab free play up to $1,000. Find all the details online at tulalipcasino.com.
At Cardinal Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority. Whether your furnace or air conditioner is in need of repair or you're looking to add a high-efficiency system to your home, you can count on Cardinal. Elevate your comfort with Cardinal Heating and Air.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Did you know that a pedestrian does not have to be crossing the street on a marked crosswalk to have a successful legal claim against the driver? Pedestrians can even be partially at fault for a collision and still have a valuable claim. Call us today for a free consultation or get my free book on pedestrian accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
This Christmas, the best gift of the year is coming.
Oh my gosh, guys, guess what just arrived at my doorstep?
Introducing the Insta-Cozy Photo Blanket.
I sent a super cute photo so they can make me a custom blanket, and we're gonna open it up together.
Scan the code on your screen now and upload any photo to get started.
Let's see.
Your custom blanket is printed in the USA and ships the next day.
The color's amazing, super rich. And look at how they captured Pepe's face.
Scan the code on your screen right now to order with this special TV offer.
Washington grown.
6:15, the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO is now facing terrorism charges. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione is now charged with murder in the first degree and killing as an act of terrorism. If convicted, Mangione faces a sentence of 20 years to life. Investigators say he appeared to have been driven by anger against the health insurance industry when he allegedly shot and killed Brian Thompson in Manhattan earlier this month. He could be moved from a Pennsylvania prison to New York City as early as tomorrow.
689, you're turning right? Come on, 689, we are out of control here.
Very tough moments to hear. A small plane in Hawaii went down moments after taking off from the Honolulu airport, killing both pilots on board. You can see the plane in the sky making a sharp turn and then crashing into a vacant building that was slated for demolition. You see the explosion there. That plane goes up in flames. And you also heard those radio comms revealing the pilots knew something was wrong. They were conducting a training flight when it crashed just after 3 p.m. yesterday. The names of the pilots have not yet been released.
So tough to hear that. Bainbridge Island schools are at the center of a lawsuit accusing the district of knowingly keeping sexual predators employed in the 1980s. Law firm PCVA is behind the lawsuit. 2 men were named, and one was accused of assaulting students in Monroe before being hired on Bainbridge Island. According to the lawsuit, Bainbridge Island School District allowed continuous and unfettered access, that is the lawsuit's words, to a young female student, allowing for her to be groomed and sexually abused during the 1986-1987 school year. Kiro 7 reached out to the district. They wrote back they were aware of the lawsuit but could not comment on the allegations. You can find the story on Kiro7.com.
The U.S. Department of Justice says the Ellensburg School District in central Washington has failed to protect Black, Latino, and LGBTQ+ students from harassment. They began investigating the district back in 2023 and found students were facing intimidation and death threats, even physical assault. As part of a settlement agreement, the district will hire third-party consultants to develop a system to document and manage reports of harassment. They must also designate a civil rights compliance coordinator. If a new proposal passes, utility rates could go up in Everett. Public Works employees just pitched the price hike to City Council. So Public Works is an enterprise fund, meaning it does not get funding from the city's general fund. It says its infrastructure is run down and needs urgent sewage updates to comply with regulation, and it needs to boost its income. The proposal includes a price hike of 19.4% from next year through 2028. The bulk of the increases will happen in the first 2 years. If approved, you would pay on average $14 more a month or $160 more per year. The city is taking public comment at today's 6:30 meeting. The council could vote on the increases as early as January 8th.
It is 6:18 right now, and we want to check in with meteorologist Brian Monahan, who is being kept pretty busy as he tracks all of these wind gusts out there. Again, that Tacoma camera there, Emerald Queen Casino camera, Brian, shaking all around.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to show it to you again. That camera really blowing around over the last couple of hours across western Washington, Pierce County, where we've been kind of laser focused here. Tacoma feeling some of the strongest wind gusts with this system. And yeah, you can see it still bouncing around, kind of wobbling around, almost makes you dizzy a little bit. I'll take it away because of that, but it is gusty right now across western Washington. Well, 10 minutes ago, told you there's a brand new flood advisory. This is the effect of some additional heavy rain with our cold front moving over parts of Snohomish County and King County, basically between I-90 and Highway 2. We're going to see some heavy rain here over the next hour or so, and that's going to push our rivers, creeks, and streams a little closer to flood stage, and poor drainage areas going to see some flooding and standing water there. So if you're out early this morning from Everett to Shoreline and Linwood down to Seattle over towards Sammamish and Issaquah, it is going to be very wet and likely some standing water as this heavy rain makes its way across the foothills of the Cascades. Farther wider view here on Pinpoint Storm Tracker showing things are a lot quieter though. Remember yesterday we had that atmospheric river pointed at us, that wave, that entire area of rain that was moving in across the Pacific and toward western Washington. We don't have that this morning, so we are going to trend toward much drier weather across the area a little bit later on today. Your pet walk forecast, much better later today. Maybe delay that walk this morning. Here's our pet walk forecast for you today. Bruno and Dante from Everett, they're ready to get outside. We're going to be able to do that later today. Windy rain ending at 7 o'clock. We're at 52. Breezy, dry, some sunshine breaking through this afternoon across the area. We'd love to feature your pet as well on our pet walk forecast. Head over to Kiro7.com/petwalk. Send us your photos. Always looking for those cute pet photos there. Pinpoint future track through the afternoon, showing the rain gone across western Washington, partly cloudy as we head through the early evening hours across the area. And then overnight, some showers move in. These will be mainly light tomorrow morning and scattered before some additional more widespread rain moves in Thursday night and into Friday. Your Pinpoint 7-day forecast with the weekend always in view, staying very mild. 53 Thursday, 55 on Friday. Over the weekend, another very wet weather system moving in with some heavy rain likely on Sunday. Going to be wet for the Seahawks game. Going to be wet for your morning drive too. Let's see how those impacts are adding up as the rain falls and that wind continues to blow. Good morning, Liz.
Morning, Brian. Certainly looking forward to things calming down because right now it is a very active commute. You see a lot of red on the map right now. We've been tracking the commute into downtown Seattle where there was a crash earlier that just cleared according to WashDOT. The speed going into downtown on I-5 is 21 miles per hour right now, so be prepared for it to be slow. I did just update these real-time traffic numbers. Pull up to Renton, you're looking at 51 minutes right now. Renton to Seattle, 37. Tacoma and Seattle, it's down a little bit, just about an hour and a half right now, so not nearly as bad as it was earlier today. But again, we've been tracking down power lines, down trees on I-5, and a variety of crashes as well. So we know that that could change as it is a windy morning. And you can download the Kiro 7 News app to stay up to date on real-time traffic conditions as you head out the door.
All right, thanks, Liz. 6/21, Christmas Day is a week away. Do you have all your shopping done? The shipping deadlines you need to know so your gifts arrive on time.
And in our Kiro 7 local jobs report, Uncruise Adventures is hiring seasonal crew for the upcoming cruise season in Alaska. They're looking for marine engineers, hotel, galley, and expedition positions. Benefits include room and board, and when you're on board, there are rotation schedules plus a travel stipend. Work for the most awarded cruise company in Alaska. Learn more at uncruise.com/.
We are more than a zoo. We protect and enrich the lives of animals. When you give, you save species in the wild. You restore precious habitats. You feel the deep connection that we feel, and we know they feel it too. Give to Woodland Park Zoo today.
Disney and Cameron McIntosh's Mary Poppins comes to life on stage at the Fifth Avenue Theatre, featuring Step in Time and Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Make it a jolly holiday at Mary Poppins. For tickets, visit fifthavenue.org.
Happy holidays from the Wallen family.
This is the time of year when Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram offer their very biggest incentives.
And we have our largest selection ever. Come help us clear our shelves.
During our Black Friday sales event, me and the boys are offering up to $20,000 off of MSRP on brand new Ram trucks, or get 0% financing.
We're located just off I-5 in North Seattle, or visit us at seattlejeep.com.
From our family to yours.
Happy holidays! Give your loved one the gift of a Woodland Park Zoo membership and a lifetime of memories. Enjoy unlimited zoo admission, half-price guest entry, discounted tickets, and much more.
Buy your membership now. Go to zoo.org/gift membership.
Get more for your Christmas giving at Lizzie's. Lizzie's has gifts you won't find at mall stores at prices up to 60% less. Layaways welcome. Discover Lizzie's, the biggest little jewelry store in the West.
You love Lizzie's!
At Cardinal Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority. Whether your furnace or air conditioner is in need of repair or you're looking to add a high-efficiency system to your home, you can count on Cardinal. Elevate your comfort with Cardinal Heating and Air.
Home Chef's family menu is making it easier than ever to sit down and eat together. Our fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and simple recipe steps are just a delivery away. Home Chef's family menu, solving family dinner one meal at a time. Get 18 free meals at homechef.com.
This Christmas, the best gift of the year is coming.
Oh my gosh, guys, guess what just arrived?
You wish electric.
624, let's give you a live look at Leavenworth this morning. Look at this beautiful view. If you are not in the holiday spirit, Dee Dee Sun, I don't know what's going to get you into
I'm in the holiday spirit. It's stunning.
Look at these lights, all the snow. Speaking of Christmas, we're only a week away. And that's plenty of time to finish your holiday shopping, but what about your holiday shipping? Today is the deadline for the U.S. Postal Service's ground shipping within the lower 48 states. For USPS Priority Mail Express, you have until Saturday. The deadline for UPS is Thursday or Monday with next day air. And for FedEx, if you're willing to shell out for it, you can cut it as close as Christmas Eve with same day shipping. Now, this time last week, because of your kindness, Kiro 7 wrapped up just a phenomenal toy drive benefiting Toys for Tots and the Salvation Army.
It was really amazing to see when you generously filled all those bins and eventually our entire studio with needed toys for every age group. You might have wondered where all those toys go. Well, one of the places was a big makeshift shopping center in Tequila, where yesterday families who would not have otherwise been able to put presents under the tree were able to shop for toys to fill out Santa's list with volunteer shopper helpers.
This has been wonderful, it really has. You know, blessing a family that truly needs it. You know, my grandsons will have presents under the tree this year. How was your experience?
I like it. It was nice, and everybody was really kind and sweet.
No. Volunteer shopper helpers from Boeing were there, and they say it filled them with the spirit and joy of sharing.
A good way to give back and bring joy for children, and I think that was really important for my team, is to be able to do something that really made the holidays better for kids that might otherwise not have as happy of a holiday.
So we can't say a thank you enough to everybody who came and gave to the Kiro 7 Cares toy drive benefiting Toys for Tots and helping out all of those families who are just so grateful right now. And coming up on Kiro 7 News, Seattle's former police chief Adrian Diaz now fired from the force, where Diaz says an investigation into an alleged affair fell short.
And a Tacoma bus driver won't face charges after hitting and killing a woman walking her dog. Why police say they don't believe it was a...
Experience the enchantment of Disney and Cameron McIntosh's Mary Poppins live at the Fifth Avenue Theatre this holiday season, featuring supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Step in Time, and a spoonful of sugar. Mary Poppins is a jolly good time filled with music, laughter, magic, and a flying nanny at every performance. Tickets are available now, including accessible dates and group sales at fifthavenue.org.
Woodland Park Zoo's Wild Lanterns, presented by BECU, returns this holiday season with all new stunning lantern landscapes and installations. Experience the beauty and magic of the season at Seattle's most unique and wonder-filled holiday event, November 15th through January 19th. proceeds benefit Woodland Park Zoo's exemplary animal care, along with more than 25 conservation programs. Illuminate your holidays. Tickets on sale now at zoo.org/wildlanterns.
I love being a lawyer because most of our clients are actually underdogs, and there's a lot of satisfaction when you can help somebody in a very difficult situation where they're hurting financially or perhaps lost a loved one, and helping them through that process, knowing that either myself or my team has made a difference in that person's life. There's just no other feeling like it.
I have PCOS. It can cause unexplainable weight gain. Having to go through Weight Watchers Clinic and now taking a GLP-1, you just feel that extra level of support. And I'm like 2 pounds away from my goal weight, which is like
3 months on Rogue.
Now on Kiro 7 News.
Today is a pinpoint alert day. Right now, wind pushing through the Puget Sound, causing power outages. More than 150,000 customers, I should say, across the state right now without power.
Then a 14-year-old stabbed at a park in Snohomish County, turning to a stranger for help. And this morning, police have a suspect in custody.
Plus, Boeing Starliner astronauts are going to have to wait even longer to get home. Why their trip back to Earth was delayed again.
Let's give you a live look over downtown Seattle. Thankfully, this camera is not shaking around like a lot of other ones this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Those wind gusts. Today is Wednesday. It is December 18th. Welcome to Kiro 7 News in the morning. I'm Lindsay Sheldon.
And I'm Dee Dee Sun. It is a very busy morning out there, weather-wise, on the roads as well. Meteorologist Brian Monahan is here with your pinpoint weather. Liz Birch is tracking all sorts of problems on the road. But let's start with Brian this morning because, Brian, that wind is causing problems.
Yeah, rain basically coming to an end, at least the steady stuff for a lot of western Washington. And the wind, I'm starting to see those first signs of those wind gusts starting to come down. Now, it's still gusty out there. Wind gusts of 40 now in Tacoma. Some perspective, if you're just waking up this morning, it wasn't long ago those gusts were 60 miles per hour in Pierce County. So starting to come down there. 30 at SeaTac, 21 in Everett, 23 in Bellingham. Still, though, through the next half hour, wind advisory does continue through most of the Puget Sound lowlands with gusts up to 40 to 60 miles per hour. Still possible. Also got some heavy rain right now, lower parts of Snohomish County and King County. Flood advisory there from Gold Bar down to Snoqualmie. This heavy rain will be moving by, and we're going to see some sunshine breaks this afternoon. Take you through that part of the forecast ahead in the next 10 minutes. But still windy, still wet, and still very messy out there for your morning commute. Good morning, Liz.
Yeah, messy is right. Take a look at all those hazards on the map right now. We've been tracking down power lines, trees on I-5 that were causing quite a slowdown earlier today north of Seattle, and also a lot of crashes. I do want to show you some new hazards that are just starting to block up. This is near Tacoma on Valley Avenue. You can see it is causing a little bit of a slowdown right now. So we're going to find more about exactly what that is, but something to be aware of if your commute takes you that way. Let's take a look at some real-time traffic numbers right now. They continue to climb. Everett to Seattle, you're looking at 67 minutes right now. Everett to Bellevue, 62, and Renton to Bellevue, just over a half hour. So actually not as high as they were about an hour ago, but continuing to go back up right now as we see all of these different problems on the roads. Looking forward to things calming down out there.
Oh, for sure.
No kidding. All right, let's get to that breaking news. We are tracking out of Seattle. Right now, Seattle police are searching for a suspect after a 59-year-old bus driver was stabbed and killed this morning. Police say this happened on a King County Metro bus just before 3 a.m. near Northeast 41st on University Way. SPD says a man got into a fight with the driver and took off after the stabbing. That bus driver was able to get off the bus, then collapsed from stab wounds to his chest. Again, police are still searching for that suspect this morning. We'll bring you updates on this story throughout the day.
Yeah, so concerning.
Yeah. Well, it's 6:32. Today is another pinpoint alert day, and it's causing some issues for people all across the Sound.
Oh, yeah. Utility crews are on standby, and they're working hard all across the area to restore the power that has gone out. We're talking about everywhere from the North Sound to the South Sound. And Kiro 7's Brooke Griffin is in live drive this morning in the Pierce County area, showing us what people are dealing with out there. Brooke?
Yeah, so at this point now this morning, we've just been through it all as far as the weather. Now, right now, it is drier here on I-5 North coming through Tacoma, going towards 5. You can see we are stuck in that traffic that Liz was talking about. So a lot of very slow moving cars on northbound I-5 at this point. But the wind has also died down quite a bit. I want to see if you can maybe a little bit on the left of your screen. There is that flag that's in the screen. That's still blowing pretty good, and it's a pretty large flag. So the wind is still going here in Pierce County. The rain, on the other hand, as far as the Tacoma area, that's kind of moved out at least for right now. So that's helping things, but again, you can see that we are still stuck in this traffic. So take it slow. If you are not currently in this traffic, you are on the other side even. That's going to help you. Take it a little bit slow. Keep those 2 hands on the wheel, though. That's your biggest thing this morning now at this time in the commute. I would definitely advise keeping that phone down as per usual, keeping the 2 hands on the wheel, because we did get thrown around as far as the wind a lot this morning, especially on I-5. So that'll be a big thing for you. Live in Tacoma, Brooke Griffin, Kiro 7 News.
Ooh, all right. Thanks so much, Brooke. So let's check in on some power outages. Look at this right now. 62,000 customers with Puget Sound Energy without power right now because of that wind just causing so many problems this morning. Statewide, as far as for Western Washington, we're talking about 152,000 customers without power. So power crew is definitely very busy out there this morning. Even though the storm is starting to die out, now is a good time to download that Kiro 7 weather app. It is free. We will send you updates as far as what you need to know weather-wise immediately right to your phone. You can get it for free wherever you download apps.
Developing news in King County. Police in Auburn are investigating a shooting that sent a juvenile to Harborview Medical Center. Police tell us this happened before 10 last night on L Place Southeast. They found that victim with a single gunshot wound to the stomach area. At last check, he's in critical condition at Harborview. No suspect is under arrest, but police tell us they believe this was not a random shooting.
A school bus driver in Pierce County will not be charged for hitting and killing a woman walking her dog in October. Attorneys say they can't prove the driver did anything wrong. A 32-year-old Brittany Parker died after the collision near her apartment complex. It happened while she was walking her dog. So the bus driver claims she thought she hit a dog but saw the animal run away and thought she was in the clear. Attorneys say they reviewed all the video from the area and from the bus, and the driver's story lined up. They found no speeding, reckless driving, or any evidence that she knew she hit anyone.
Everett police are investigating a hit and run with a pedestrian. This was the scene on 37th Street and Broadway around 8:30 last night. We're working to get more info on the type of car involved and what happened with the driver. Police say the person went to the hospital with significant injuries.
A juvenile male is under arrest in the stabbing of a 14-year-old boy in Everett. Right now, that teenager is recovering in the hospital. It happened at Lions Park around 1:30 yesterday morning. Police tell us he was on a walkway in the park when he was stabbed by someone he knows. Police believe this was a targeted attack, but they have not said what led up to the stabbing. The attacker ran off, and the victim managed to get to a neighboring home and knock on the door. That neighbor, who wants to remain anonymous, says he was covered in blood.
The dispatcher kept me just to have him over here, so don't go anywhere. And we are talking through this door. We didn't open the door, and he was bleeding heavily from the chest and stomach.
That neighbor called 911. The teen went to Providence Medical Center for surgery, and he is expected to survive.
Sammamish police are ramping up patrols after an attempted child luring near Margaret Mead Elementary School. This happened Monday morning. According to the district, a student was riding his bike and he was on his way to class when a man in a white van tried to get in. He reported the incident when he got home from school.
Former Seattle Police Chief Adrian Diaz is off the force. He was fired Tuesday after an investigation found he had an affair with a staff member, made false statements, and created a culture of intimidation. It has been a tumultuous year for the former chief. In April, 4 women within SPD named Diaz in a sexual harassment and discrimination suit. A month later, Diaz was demoted out as chief, but continued on in a special projects role within SPD. In June, Diaz publicly came out as gay and vehemently denied the lawsuits against him. In October, he filed a discrimination suit of his own against the city of Seattle, claiming the city retaliated against him after he came out. This same month, he was placed on administrative leave along with his communication director, former TV anchor Jamie Tompkins. The investigation into Diaz's conduct found that Diaz was engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member who he hired and supervised. Both Diaz and Tompkins deny an affair, and Diaz went on to say, quote, "The Rush investigation report is fundamentally flawed. The investigator chose not to consider crucial evidence, neglected to interview key witnesses, and failed to preserve evidence." A lawyer for Diaz tells Kiro 7 the former chief was blindsided by his firing and will move forward with that lawsuit against the city.
Boeing's troubled Starliner voyage is facing another delay. NASA is pushing back its SpaceX Crew 10 mission. Now, previously it was scheduled for February, but now it's been delayed to March. The mission will bring home astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams. Now they'll have to wait another month. The mission will also send 4 astronauts to the International Space Station in a Dragon spacecraft, leaving room to bring those stranded astronauts back to Earth. They've been at the ISS since June. Their trip was supposed to be about a week long.
So difficult.
Yeah.
Well, now Boeing plane production is back up and running for 737s, 767s, and 777s. It comes 6 weeks after the machinist's strike ended. The company's CEO of commercial airplanes posted the update to LinkedIn about 12 hours ago. She went on to say employees worked to identify and address potential issues and make sure everyone is up to date on that training.
6:39 right now. It is a pinpoint alert day. Let's check in with meteorologist Brian Monahan. You know, the rain dying down, it's the wind that's really causing a lot of issues right now, Brian.
Yeah, those power outages really multiplying over the last couple of hours since we got on the air at 4:30. But I'm watching in our wind reports and just heard Brooke Griffin as well mention those winds are really starting to die down. And over the next hour or so, we're going to be able to let this pinpoint weather alert day come to an end as the wind comes down. But this is why we kept that alert day going for the morning hours this morning. Really, those strong wind gusts. 77 Hoquiam and Whidbey Island at 62, gusts to 60 miles per hour in Tacoma, brand new one. At Boeing Field in Seattle, a gust to 54, and Bellingham at 53. But those winds, while breezy through the day, are going to be coming down over the next few hours. By 10 o'clock, still looking at some gusts up to about 30 miles per hour around the Puget Sound lowlands. Check it out by 1 o'clock, though. Those gusts gradually starting to come down, and by late this afternoon, really should see that wind more or less come to an end across western Washington. Heavy rain now making its way up the foothills of Snohomish County, also parts of King County and Pierce County. Some snow and wintry mix up in the mountains where winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings continue for the next couple of hours, but those will also be allowed to expire as much drier weather moves in from the west. So what to expect today, hour by hour? Here is our pinpoint forecast. 8 o'clock, we're at 49. Still some rain coming down, but by lunchtime, some breaks of sunshine. We're at 50, low 50s by 4 o'clock. Cold front moving through. That will bring an end basically to our weather alert day across western Washington. Peaks and breaks of sunshine for your afternoon. Here's your pinpoint 7-day forecast. The weekend always in view. Some sunshine this afternoon, 52. Tracking some showers, mostly cloudy sky Thursday and Friday. The rain coming to an end, but still gusty out there. Let's see how that's impacting the morning drive. Good morning, Liz.
Brian, I think we're breathing a collective sigh of relief here in the newsroom when you say things are going to calm down, because it is anything but calm on the roads right now. You're looking at I-405 at Northeast 195th Street right now, where you can see emergency responders do have a lane blocked off there. We'll look into exactly what's going on there, but just plan for some delays if you're headed that direction. And really plan for delays anywhere in western Washington today. Take a look at all that red on the map right now. I do want to zoom in and show you some of those problem spots we've been talking about. This is a new accident that just popped up on I-405 there, and you can see it is causing delays as well near Mercer Island. Let's take a look at the real-time traffic times right now. If you're up to Renton, you're looking at just under an hour. Renton to Seattle, 41 minutes, and Tacoma to Seattle, I'm doing the mental math, guys, in my head, 102 minutes. I think that is an hour and 42 minutes right now, so not great outside.
No, that is pretty awful. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Liz.
6:42 coming up. Police in Madison, Wisconsin are digging through evidence to find a motive in this week's school shooting. In less than 3 minutes, the factors police are looking into right.
Correct measurements, calibrated settings, clean fittings. Pristine, isn't it? Better than code. I guess that's why you call it a signature install.
Well, precision doesn't happen by accident. We insist our installers do all the little things and make a big difference in the performance of your home's heating and cooling.
It's a difference that's easy to see.
Backed by the best guarantees and warranties in the business.
filled with energy and pure awesomeness. How does a simple potato do it all? To learn more about how our potatoes feed the world, visit potatoes.com.
When we started Warby Parker, we just sold glasses, and only online. But people liked them a lot. So we offered more things, like sunglasses and contacts. And then we thought, what if we sold eyewear online and in stores? So we did that. And now we have stores in neighborhoods all over. There you can chat with friendly opticians and get eye exams from top-notch doctors. Now, no matter where you go, we've got your eyes covered.
To the skin that feels the world around me, that has always protected me, that cradles me and the ones I love. The skin that grows with me, glows with me, that represents me and my skin story. Dermstore helps me honor my skin with derm-recommended treatments and expertise by protecting, nurturing, and caring for it in ways that run more than skin deep. Dermstore, 25 years of honoring skin.
Tired of pointless meetings?
So in this meeting, we're going to plan the next meeting to schedule other meetings.
There is nothing more pointless than unproductive meetings.
What about watching grass grow?
Nope.
What about pushing the crosswalk button repeatedly?
Nope.
What about bringing sand to the beach?
Nope. Thanks to ClickUp, now all of our communication and work is in one place. It allows our team to collaborate remotely and finish projects faster.
ClickUp, all your work in one place.
This Christmas, the best gift of the year is coming.
Win Auburn, your home for Machingo.
6:45 this morning, police are trying to figure out how the 15-year-old girl behind a school shooting in Madison, Wisconsin got a gun. Police now say it was a second-grade teacher, not a student, who called to report an active shooter. One teenage student and a teacher were killed. Another teacher and 5 other students are hurt. Police say the suspected shooter, 15-year-old Natalie Ruppnow, who went by Samantha, appears to have died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Investigators are combing through her home and social media, trying to piece together what drove her to target her schoolmates.
At this time, it appears that the motive was a combination of factors. We're talking to students to understand whether bullying was one of those multiple factors.
Police acknowledged a document that's been circulating online, but they haven't confirmed if it was written by the suspect. Police say since Monday's shooting, other schools have received false threats, sometimes known as swatting. Police are trying to figure out who's behind them, but they don't believe there are any current threats to schools.
Taking a live look over Washington, D.C. this morning, congressional leaders say they now have a plan to avoid a government shutdown this weekend. Their bipartisan stopgap bill appears to have enough support to pass, but the bill has some Republicans angry, with House Speaker Mike Johnson. The bill moves the funding deadline from this Friday to March 14th. It also provides almost $100 billion in disaster aid. Most of that is from FEMA's Relief Fund, the Small Business Administration's disaster loan program, and assistance for farmers. Many Republicans want at least 72 hours to read the bill before a vote. And others in the GOP complain that they didn't have enough time to give their input on this deal.
They got a bunch of garbage they want to pass, so they'll attach emergency things to it.
A House GOP leadership vote is set for January 3rd.
The Federal Reserve is expected to cut interest rates in just over 4 hours at 11 a.m. for the final time this year. Now, if they cut another 1/4 percentage point, as expected here, well, rates will have gone down by a full percentage point since September. Inflation is way down from its 40-year peak in June of 2022, but it's still higher than what the Fed would like. The unemployment rate has also inched higher this year. 6:47, let's give you a live look at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. It is very busy in the departures area, and look at that camera shaking from the wind that is gusting around our area. A new federal rule aims to make travel easier for people with disabilities, especially those in wheelchairs. The new rule addresses the damage that happens to wheelchairs and other mobility devices when they're mishandled by the airline or airport. A TikTok video showing workers in Miami throwing down a wheelchair down a ramp, you see it right there, led to American Airlines being fined $50 million earlier this year. Last year, there were more than 11,000 reports of wheelchairs or scooters being mishandled.
Behind every one of those cases is someone left to deal with damage to a necessary, important device, one that allows them to move not just through the airport, but through their everyday lives.
Now, under the Air Carrier Access Act, all checked mobility devices must be returned to a passenger in the same condition they were received.
Seattle drivers, get ready to pay more if you get a parking ticket. Right now, most fines range from $29 to $53. Well, starting next year, the new minimum will be $43, while the new maximum will be $78. The city says the new fines align with current parking rates and also account for inflation.
All right, well, let's check in with meteorologist Brian Monahan. It is 6:48. He's been tracking the rain and the wind gusts. How is it looking right now? You're looking at Tacoma.
Yeah, and I can show you the difference by way of our Tacoma camera, our Emerald Queen Casino camera. If you've been with us over the last 45 minutes or so, a big difference in this camera. What is it? Well, it's not blowing around so much. The wind has really come down across most of western Washington. Still gusty, still breezy, but not dealing with those 60-mile-per-hour gusts we had a little while ago around most of the sound. Check it out. Tacoma right now at 36. Yeah, it's still gusty, it's still windy, but it's not that damaging wind gust. Those damaging wind gusts we saw overnight. 30 Seattle, 21 in Everett, still awfully windy in Whidbey Island. The wind gust at 61. That will be coming down soon as well. Your weather headlines on this pinpoint alert day, and can almost call this our pinpoint alert hour at this point. By 8, maybe 9 o'clock at the latest, we're going to be able to wind down that pinpoint alert day. Rain winding down. Wind is going to ease off over the next few hours. A mountain mix continues between 9 and 10 o'clock this morning. Some sunshine later, and then wet weather. That's going to be right back in our forecast for tomorrow. Wet weather moving out as we look live at Pinpoint Storm Tracker. You can see the rain still heavy in the foothills, but around Seattle, Everett, Tacoma, the rain and wind is a lot lighter, and on along the coast, drier air pushing in our direction. So a winter weather advisory that includes parts of the higher elevations of Snohomish County, also King County, including the passes, Snoqualmie Pass, elevations above 3,500 feet, another 2 to 5 inches of snow possible there, and a winter storm warning parts of Chelan County, including Stevens Pass until 10 o'clock this morning, additional 1 to 3 inches of snow, also some ice possible as well. Later today, though, as the sun starts to come out, pretty nice afternoon for us for this time of year. 52 Seattle, 51 drying out this afternoon in Tacoma, low 50s in Olympia, just above freezing this afternoon in Snoqualmie. Pinpoint future track forecast for the afternoon showing a mix of sun and clouds. Partly cloudy sky later on today. Still breezy, but again, not nearly as windy as it was overnight. As we head through the overnight hours tonight into early on Thursday, a few showers around for your Thursday morning commute. Not nearly as wet as it's been the last 24 hours, though, and then a wetter system is going to move in Thursday night and into early on Friday morning. Here's your Pinpoint 7-day forecast. The weekend is always in view for you. Today, 52 sunshine for the afternoon, 53 Thursday, some wet weather to start Friday, and then some heavier rain moves back in for the first weekend of winter. Just about 6:50, an update on that morning commute as it gets busier out there. Good morning, Liz.
Good morning. Yeah, a new incident to let you know about. We're talking about a crash on I-90 right now. Kind of hard to see because that camera is so dark, but you can see it is blocking one lane. That crash just happened, but we want to give you a heads up now in case it does slow things down. You're taking a look at it there, right there, starting to cause a little bit of a backup in Snoqualmie right now. So let's take a look at the pass conditions as well. Stevens Pass traction tires are advised. I just checked Snoqualmie, actually no restrictions right now, so a big difference from yesterday when chains were required and White Pass traction tires are advised right now. Do you remember, guys, you got to bring chains in your car, though, even if they're not required. If you have to head out right now, you can get traffic updates on the road from Kiro News Radio.
6:51, you know what that means. CBS Mornings is straight ahead at 7 a.m.
And this morning, Nate Burleson is joining us live from New York City with a look at what's coming up. Good morning, Nate.
Good morning, Lindsay and Didi. I hope all is well. Here's what's coming up on CBS Mornings. We have a shocking story out of Texas where a man is fighting to get his family back. So here's what happened. He says his wife and kids were unexpectedly deported to Mexico, despite most of them being U.S. citizens. We will hear from the family as they fight to reunite. Plus, the iconic rock band, the Grateful Dead, just became Kennedy Center honorees. Anthony Mason talks with the 3 surviving members about what the honor means to them. And we are sitting down with 2 of the stars of the highly anticipated new Sonic the Hedgehog movie, James Marsden and Ben Schwartz, who actually voices Sonic himself. They will be in studio to tell us about Sonic number 3. We will have everything you need to know and more on the show. We will see you at 7. And I got to say to the Seahawks, The Rams are on your heels. Come on, let's finish strong.
I know, we got to finish strong, seriously.
No kidding. All right, thank you, Nate. Let's give you a live look at the numbers on Wall Street this morning at 6:53. The Dow's trending up a bit. We're up about 116 points as investors are awaiting the Fed's decision, which will come out at 11 a.m. Let's see how some local stocks are doing. You can see Boeing's up, Costco and Microsoft down in early.
Happy holidays from the Wallen family.
This is the time of year when Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram offer their very biggest incentives.
And we have our largest selection ever. Come help us clear our shelves.
During our Black Friday sales event, me and the boys are offering up to $20,000 off of MSRP on brand new Ram trucks, or get 0% financing.
We're located just off I-5 in North Seattle, or visit us at seattlejeep.com.
From our family to yours. Happy holidays. Do you like French fries? Of course you do. French fries are made possible by irrigation, and in Washington, the irrigation was made possible by dams along the Columbia and Snake Rivers. Our potato farmers use less water than ever before to grow the world's best potatoes, and they use the cleanest sources of energy to power their storage and processing facilities. Again, thanks to hydropower and the dams. Washington potato farmers are passionate about feeding the world and protecting our natural resources. They believe that both are worth saving.
This is The History of Glasses by Warby Parker. A theory of optics emerges in Egypt. Then for a while, not much happens, with glasses at least. A millennium later, the first pair is made near the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It had just started leaning. Glasses exist now. People can see, but they're more expensive than they need to be. So we start Warby Parker. We cut out the middleman to design higher quality eyewear for an actually fair price. Shop it at home, in stores, even virtually. It's the 21st century, not medieval Italy. That's the history of glasses and the future. Come see at warbyparker.com.
Tired of pointless meetings?
So in this meeting, we're going to plan the next meeting to schedule other meetings.
There is nothing more pointless than unproductive meetings.
What about watching grass grow?
Nope.
What about pushing the crosswalk button repeatedly?
Nope.
What about bringing sand to the beach?
Nope. Thanks to ClickUp, now all of our communication and work is in one place. It allows our team to collaborate remotely and finish projects faster.
ClickUp, all your work in one place.
I tried everything to lose weight, and then I found this. Our members lose 21% of their body weight. Get the #1 doctor-recommended points program, now with access to prescription weight loss medication. This time, it just feels right.
.655, and we have a big, exciting announcement to make this morning. The Kiro 7 family is growing because Dee Dee is expecting.
I am.
Big congratulations, Dee Dee.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, you know, it's a baby girl, and she's due in May, and so we just posted on social media yesterday, and everyone has been so supportive, so welcoming. Shared some of these photos that we just took in Hawaii during our anniversary trip / secret baby moon without the cats out of the bag. Yeah.
How are you feeling as we're seeing some of these beautiful pictures?
I feel great. Right now I feel great. I gotta say, I mean, they didn't lie when they said the first trimester is rough, and it's really tough because you're trying to keep things a secret and you can't exactly tell the world that you feel terrible. But I feel so much better now, and oh, there she is.
That was wonderful.
Baby's making her TV debut.
Stardom early.
I know, right?
First time on TV. She's not even born yet.
And when is she due?
May 16th.
Okay.
Yes, still a ways to go.
I'm gonna put it on the calendar. So excited.
Thank you so much. Yesterday, you could see such an outpouring of love. So many people just so excited for you.
And I appreciate it so much. To all of our viewers too, who've supported me throughout this journey. I mean, as far as being on Kiro 7 and now throughout this pregnancy journey too. It's really special.
All right, let's check in with meteorologist Brian Monahan for a quick check on the weather on this pinpoint alert day. He's been tracking those gusts of wind and the rain.
Two bits of great news here on a Wednesday morning. Dee Dee, congratulations. The other bit of great news, the rain, the winter storm that's been moving through, that is moving out. Rain is coming to an end across western Washington. Wind will die down as we head through the day. Pinpoint 7-day forecast, some sunshine later today. We are up in the low 50s for highs.
And as far as traffic goes this morning, you're looking at a mess everywhere. We've been watching down power lines, trees, and crashes. So just give yourself extra time.
Thanks for watching Kiro 7 News in the morning. Be sure to join us for Kiro 7 News at noon.
Medicare open enrollment is underway, and new changes could impact the plan you or loved ones choose. In 2025, Medicare will limit everyone's out-of-pocket expenses